What's up, horror fans? Thanks for checking out our video. I'm MJ and I play Gabby in the upcoming remake of The Darkest Place. Here is our director and writer, Stephen Ellis, our assistant director, Chris Williams, who also plays Officer Walker in Body and Soul. Please let us know a little bit of plans for the upcoming remake.
The Darkest Place 2026. It is actually a remake of my first film that was written by me and produced by Nate Shallett. We did The Darkest Place. We released it. It went on streaming. It got signed to SRS Cinema, so shout out to Ron for picking us up for that. Really eye-opening experience for us to be able to be signed and distributed and to see, something that we really didn't have a lot of money for go on Tubi, Amazon Prime, Folsom, things like that. So that kind of sparked an influence to do an offshoot movie, which Chris was a part of. It was called Body and Soul. And now what we're doing is trying to raise money so we can actually shoot the film we want.
There's a lot of opportunity and a lot of places that this can go. When you watch The Darkest Place and you think about the fact that Steven wore every hat and you had Nate was producer and editor, and these guys were editing this movie and putting everything together, and doing so on a shoestring budget. I'm excited to see what can happen, partnering up with some people that can kind of help us get this to the next level, and see what's going to happen. We got some big ideas. We're excited for you guys to see it.
Definitely. And something I want to point out is when it comes to The Darkest Place, in my headspace, I've really created a universe around this. And this is why you see off branch things like Body and Soul. And the whole idea with this is, you guys investing into this project, it's not just The Darkest Place. You're investing into the whole universe.
And here we have our star Shadow, played by Garrett Brown. He was in the first Darkest Place, Body and Soul, and now for the remake.
Obviously, a very ominous, ominous character. The spirit of this will be in the remake, but it's going to be upgraded. We're looking to upgrade this. Obviously, we're not trying to go very. We don't want to go too big. We want to keep the spirit of the character. Garrett has done a great job bringing this character to life, and I'm really looking forward to what we're going to see in the remake of The Darkest Place.
Okay, guys, so one thing that I want you to know is what your donations is going to help us do to, reach that budget level we need to get to. So
yeah, it would, definitely help with light and sound, props, set design, gore effects, weapons, food, for our cast and crew, marketing materials, and one of the big things that we really want to do is film festival submissions. So that would be really awesome to have the funds for that. I think we have a really good thing going on. He's very creative, and I love the vision. So that would be awesome to have.
Definitely. I'm gonna go over kind of our tier structure of things we offer. So starting with one thing we're gonna be offering is special edition DVDs. So if you see here, this is through SRS Cinema. Really cool company. That's where our original Darkest Place got signed, but they still do Blu-rays, and I think it's really cool and it's something unique to have, especially once this project blows up to that level, you're gonna have something nobody else is gonna have. We're only gonna do a select number of these things. I think maybe 25 or 50, and that's it. once these things are out there, that's it. You think about modern movies. Imagine having something like that to show for, and just say you helped get there. Another thing we have is we're going to be doing some signed 11 by 17 posters. I don't have any of those on me to show you, but we'll definitely get those sent out immediately. So as soon as you click that tier, we can get you a copy of the poster. If you want to see the poster before you make any kind of decisions, you can go to our IMDb and have the poster uploaded there. But I'm gonna make them pretty unique and have all the casts on it. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. Also, a part of our tiers, special thanks credits. So to me, I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? You watch this film down the road, and there's your name in the credits. You know, you helped us get here, so I think that's really cool. We're gonna have a special tier thing where if you donate a certain amount of money, um, I think this is super cool. But in the actual movie itself, we will have the police having a suspect list, and we're gonna hand that off, to another actor, and you're gonna see the shot of the suspect list, and if you hit that tier, you'll be able to upload your own photo, send it in. I'll print it on the actual suspect sheet, and your face will actually be a part of the film. Which, I mean, who does that, right? It's something cool. Another one we're gonna do is a little higher tier. You can also submit your photo, and we're gonna have missing persons photos that are gonna be in the background of the police station, which I think is super cool. And you're gonna have your whole think of your board trying to find suspects, but we'll have your photo up there as a missing person, and that'll probably be seen pretty much throughout the movie anytime we're in that location. So that's another kind of unique thing that we're gonna offer. We have another tier that is going to have a screen used replica of Shadow's mask. And like I said, all these masks, I have a few at the house, but I created all these. I mean, they're not the greatest looking things now, but this is what you'll get. And hopefully when we hit that budget, you'll see this thing hanging in Spirit Halloween or wherever, and it'll be a replica of this. But you would definitely get a copy of the mask worn by Garrett. So I think that's really cool, and we'll definitely get it in like a nice little display case for you. So, and maybe we'll get Shadow to leave something cool in there for you. Another thing we're going to be doing is a crazy one. I don't know if anybody will jump on this one. I would definitely do it if I was in your position. But we have a tier where you can pay a certain amount and you can actually be killed in our movie. I know that
Cool.
sounds wild, but it doesn't matter if you have acting experience or what. I mean, if you're going to donate your time and energy and money to us, we want to give back by making a bloodbath out of you.
Yeah.
And I just think that's super cool. But like I say, like I wouldn't be asking for the funds if I didn't believe in the project and know that we need to hit this mark to get it. But I think that's really awesome, and would love for a couple of you guys to jump on that, because I would love to get you out here and have Garrett, piece you up. And then the highest tier that we have, it's a special one. Me and Nate talked for a long time on the phone about this one, but you will actually get 3% of all net profit from the film, and that's from now to the rest of the time. And we don't mind sharing our project with someone that's going to help us reach that goal. And you would obviously get credits as an executive producer, because that would be the ultimate. So that's just some of our tier packages, and hopefully that's something that you guys would like to be a part of.
Some of the things that MJ read off that these funds are going towards. And I want you to think about that when you're watching The First Darkest Place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And think about if we had the funds
Mm-hmm.
for the lighting and for the sound and for the props and for the gore, what could have been done?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what they did with none of that.
We had nothing.
It was zero. Like the funds were
No
zero.
budget, zero.
It was a zero budget. So
No budget.
And really awesome kill scenes. And you're right.
yes,
I think that with the cool proper budget, we could make some awesome things happen.
Because it's not about the filming. It's about being creative. And don't get me wrong, like I love the fact of when you don't have a budget, you have to really think outside the box. And I didn't have money for blood, but what am I doing? I'm researching the 80s greats. I'm seeing how did they do it. So I'm going to Walmart or Publix or any grocery store, and I'm buying your cornstarch, your food coloring. I'm mixing this stuff up, and I'm and then we're pouring it all over, and we're using some of these special things. One thing I want to touch on is I do not use CGI. It's not happening. I am a practical person. I think it looks like crap, and you can argue me to death on it, but never in my universe will you have that. It's just not the type of kills I want to do. You might see an occasional gunshot used with it because it's a little easier with the flash, but that's not. You're not gonna see me taking shadow and cutting somebody and seeing CGI blood running up the side wall looking like 2004 Spider-Man. Not doing it. So that's just something I want to touch base on. But going back to what he said, it's imagine, go back and watch it. Go watch it. It might be the worst 60 minutes of your life, or it might be the best. But like he said, keep in mind when you view this that we had nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean there's college kids out there with bigger budgets for 5-minute shorts than what we had to make a 60-minute movie. So I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. I mean, it's yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
And we're gonna create this movie, and whatever we get from you guys is gonna be awesome, and we're gonna make it work, and then we're gonna go on to the next one. So, like I said, just know that you're a part of something way bigger than just the Darkest Place. You're a part of the Darkest Place universe.